Go on YouTube. Here's a video with some of these electronics. I'm gonna try to keep this as focused as possible. But this radio, the good kind of brought me to make a video about getting good reception, and it's got to be by a window. So this window right behind here kind of helps with getting a decent reception. Even with this antenna down, it kind of gets pretty good reception. But if I point it away and it's like going through the wall, then it gets a little bit static. But so that's a pretty good tip for radio or TV antennas. Like that TV antenna, my antennas are kind of pointed away from the wall, and sometimes I gotta adjust it. It just depends, the last time I used it and things like that. But if I were to put it like at the bottom right there and have the antenna kind of like, looking out the window, it might work more too. And that box is kind of it's screwed on, and the screws are a little bit of a tight fit, so, and they're in the wall and everything, and I kind of silicone all the holes and everything, and around all cracks, around, cracks just where, even by the window, and just cracks on the, around the floorboards, around light sockets. I siliconed all those because spiders and dust gets behind in there. But that's a pretty good tip with antennas. Even dish satellite antennas, they point southwest because the satellite's in that direction, and basically to get good reception, that's pretty much how they work too with reception. With the cell phone, at this place gets really good reception, and for the cell phone and stuff like that. But if I'm at another place, it would basically have bad reception. Even though it might be the antennas over there, it might be, kind of like, but it's just the reception on the cell phone is just good here and bad over there. So basically this speaker system, this project, I would have liked to have it work, but it didn't. I've tried. I tried once, looked on YouTube, and people do get theirs to work. But with me, it hasn't worked. I put a liked video inside of the inside of my channel, but you could do a continuity test by having the meter on one end of the wire, and then one on the plug, which is engineered with the power, and then a left, a right, and then a ground. It's engineered pretty good, but some plugs, I compare these plugs, and then it may or might not be all true, but it happens that it has things in common. So yeah, I got a regular plug earbud. I cut off. These were kind of cheap. I have other ones, so I really didn't want to do it, but I just wanted to check the speaker, and I basically might have to take off the solder and then start from fresh. But I basically, used the lighter and got the enamel off and I was just trying to touch it, and it didn't work. And the red ones are really hard, or the volume control one is pretty hard too. So I'm pretty sure these plugs might work. I could try them, another way. Perhaps with this other speaker that I've got. I haven't tried it yet, but I can right now, hopefully. Hold on. So I'm trying it with just the regular ones, just trying to touch it. It doesn't really work that good. I know this wire is good because I tried with the earbuds on, but so I really don't know if this DIY will work right now, but I could keep trying. This is one of the reasons why I chose to. I've got all these parts. I kind of decided to make some DIY stuff. I have fun finding and scrapping free stuff, and it kind of so I got to keep working on that, and just having it laying around and possible is pretty cool. Another cool thing besides figuring out how the antenna might work is I got my mag light out for my bicycle. I've got to buy some D batteries for it, but now I won't have to really worry about riding it at nighttime. And I've got other lights too that I could try to put on the back or something. But yeah, I was just thinking of just either dumpster diving or dog catching. Be a dog catcher, and for stray dogs that I see out there or something. But and to try to breed dogs. I mean, a lot of people are trying to get dogs to just have around and protect, whatever. And then another important DIY is a solar wind, electricity, and also have batteries. I need to have batteries like made out of a 2-liter or milk jugs, or just have some type of DIY battery which can run a heater. Basically, at nighttime, if you run a heater for like the whole night or maybe 4 hours every night, the bill is going to be like $250 or something like that. Especially in the winter, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 months of cold. You like having a heater around. You're like, I gotta live my life on this planet as nice and convenient. And you turn on the heater, enjoy it for the month. See the bill, it's $180, and then you're like, oh man, I gotta turn off the heater. But a great idea is to have a solar or wind generate, green energy to power at least a heater at night. So if that works, that would be a good job field. I will be able to actually help people out there and help, So I would like to try to do that and show people. So let me show you my other DIYs. I got this small, I had this in like in the shed, and then I just cleaned it, but it's got a light, 2 LEDs, and then it's got a kind of like a sponge, or not a sponge filter, but HOB filter. But it's kind of, this kind of can be pulled out and cleaned, but it's pretty cool. This would probably cost maybe $24 or something, brand new, and it's pretty much brand new. And it's hard plastic. I kind of wanted to silicone the top trim, but I couldn't remove the trim, and I didn't want to break anything. Maybe I could go back and with the tool or something and get it to open. But yeah, the water comes out through there, but it fills up through this thing, siphon or something, and goes on top of a filter pad, and then drains out there. So this would be a decent small little quarantine. It just needs a small heater and maybe an air pump. And then I could put a small little nano fish, you know, just to quarantine it, clean it, its gills, and maybe see if it eats. So yeah, this is pretty nice quarantine. These are some of my old pumps, and there's 2 different plugs for the heater and the light. So that's pretty neat to show you guys, along with some of these other tanks that I want to try to use as quarantine. I kind of found this top trim. I don't know right now what it goes to, but it makes a decent template for something. You know, for that size, it kind of fits pretty good right there. Maybe for a light, you know, a DIY light or something. And then with an aquascaped aquarium, I've seen a few, but not a lot. Not everybody has like an under gravel filter, and then just having really clean water and the right balance of you know, rocks kind of harden the water, and then like branches soften it. And even with like almond leaves and stuff like that, you know, like a kumquat tree, that's a decent enough leaf. I mean, you don't have to really you know, have the almond leaf or something like that. I mean, there's leaves on the ground outside that could be used inside of an aquarium, and branches. I even got a decent branch right over there. But yeah, and then an under gravel filter, and then a skimmer. They got sponge filters, but with an under gravel and a skimmer and an HOB, you could make a decent filter system. I wouldn't recommend using black charcoal. That just, you know, messes with a, you know, it's CO2, it's carbon or something. I don't know what the whole deal is, but I've had fish that didn't like carbon filter. It's basically road gravel. So basically right here, it's 2 bottles for a big tank, and then, you know, if I had PCV, if I had irrigation tubing, which I have irrigation tubing, and an under gravel filter, I could try to just really filter this water, and, you know, having you know, a skimmer, and it just, you know, it's like a vacuum. It just collects it, and you just basically clean it out and stuff, so that the fish don't really get into their system and have to deal with finding, you know, certain medication or something. they'll just always have clean water and pretty much a skimmer. Yeah, like people would have a power head, but it doesn't really guarantee like getting all that stuff out. So I'll talk to you guys next time, next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.